now it's time for OK Stop. You know how it works. We'll roll a clip and the panel can say OK Stop at any point to comment. After the Mueller report came out, lots of people were sounding the alarm about preventing foreign adversaries from attacking our election in 2020, including, this is true, Sean Hannity. But here's the thing. He is Sean Hannity. So let's take a look.
We should all of us be concerned about the integrity of our elections and the fact that this government's been hacked repeatedly for decades by hostile regimes.
Okay, stop. Is that Sean Hannity making some sense? Can't be. Probably isn't. Let's keep watching.
We need a top-to-bottom killer defense procedures against these hackers. That's why Hillary Clinton's email server is a real threat to our safety and security.
Okay, stop. Okay. Present tense. Her messages in Chappaqua about making dinner reservations. I hope there's a table for Hillary Clinton at the one Italian place.
She's a senior citizen with a dog. Like, why is this? She's still the boogeyman. How is this happening?
How good is she at emails?
She's so good at them.
I'm just saying, because she is at the same age as, like, you know, woke for grandpa. So it's like, how good is she technically at the emails?
What I find fascinating is in the same way that the people who watch Fox News will not learn how the new remote works, they're not ready to learn that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is the new villain who they should be fearing. Like, they're just gonna keep, like, essentially, Hillary is like CSI. They're just going to keep watching that until they die, and then they're not going to know what liberals to hate. Then we got them.
Yeah.
Then it's just YouTube and Ilhan Omar.
It's like when ABC canceled everything to have Regis Philbin do Who Wants to Be a Millionaire every single day, and then when people stopped liking that, they had nothing. They were like, oh no, all our eggs were in the Regis basket. They're all in the Hillary basket.
I believe that place was hacked by at least 6 foreign entities. This was all weaponized in the press inside the deep state to bludgeon Donald Trump. Behind the curtain, we got lies. So it's time to investigate the investigators. That means Hillary Clinton.
Stop. Wait. Investigate the investigators. That means Hillary Clinton. She is a retired public official. I am reading books, catching up on things, probably catching up on some emails.
I like the fact that he was like, behind the curtain. I was like, what's in front of the curtain, Sean? That's what I want to know.
I feel so sorry for the deep state these days. I mean, if the Mueller report made anything clear, they're just trying really hard to make us not blow ourselves up. They don't really have time to undermine elections these days. I hope they get themselves a planner or something.
Well, the other thing, too, about the deep state is what we learned from the Mueller report is what was thwarting Donald Trump in his efforts to undermine the investigation, fire the special counsel, intervene in various prosecutions, get the Justice Department to prosecute Hillary Clinton, which apparently he tried multiple times to actually get people to do. What was stopping him was not nonpartisan officials long ensconced in the intelligence community. It was his own people who, out of cowardice and self-defense, decided not to act on his illegal commands.
And the fact that investigation was rigged, then they tried to rig a presidential election, then they tried to undo a duly elected president. And the media...
Okay, stop. Considering that a Democrat is not president, crushing the game. So effective, you know, all of the things that we're doing,
right,
all of the rigging that we're doing.
Right, we are so bad at rigging things for Democrats. What I wouldn't give for a competent deep state.
Now, thankfully, the president's fighting back. Just today, the president filed a lawsuit against the Democrats' latest stunt. Now they want to embolden the IRS, release his taxes, explaining that the ploy has no legitimate purpose. You see what's going on? They're out of ideas. There's no vision for the betterment of we the people. They've synced to a psychotic
Okay, stop. Because they're implying that Republicans did any real legislating for 2 years. You know what I mean? They sat around, like, with their one tax cut, the tax bill, that, like, we all just did our taxes. Are you guys happy with what happened? You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna need cab fare, John, is what I'm saying. And so like, it's just, nothing happened when the Republicans were fully in control. There was also no vision.
Why should they be following the money to figure out if our sitting president received emoluments from a foreign power when they could be talking about the fact that he wore a tan suit like Obama did?
It is amazing, right? Because it is this closed loop. Like if your experience of the world is having an early dinner and then being angry that your kids are trying to switch you from a car to a golf cart, and then you turn on the television and you get your dose of Tucker and Laura and Sean. It is a self-fulfilling prophecy. You haven't heard of any democratic ideas. You haven't heard an interesting democratic proposal described to you in fairness for forever. Like, it just doesn't happen on this network. The only time you hear it is when it's a socialist boogeyman or described in the most unfair terms possible. So of course you would agree. Like, of course the Democrats have no ideas. I've never heard one.
I mean, I say, like, when I watch this, it just feels like a tidal wave of bullshit just washing over me, just slowly. And I was like, I could see how one would get hypnotized and mesmerized by the message.
But the audience, again, like what you were saying, the audience is the old people who just
Careful, Negin, you're talking about my mom.
Okay, no, and my mom, right? Who's not a Republican? For the record, she's like a little woke immigrant lady. But like we're talking about people who just got on board with capri pants. You know what I mean? And so it's gonna take them a minute to be like women's equality. You know what I mean? So like I think that's how simple these messages are, because that's the audience.
So are you suggesting that we should have a separate MSNBC that is like simple English Wikipedia, that is just like a remedial MSNBC that's trying to get them on board?
You remember those cell phones that they made for senior citizens with one button?
The cricket,
I want an MSNBC version of that.
I think that's a good idea. Because I think there is a key demographic of people we could reach who, like Fox News viewers, are very frustrated by the kinds of lettuce they're finding in salads, but don't hate immigrants, you know?
Yeah. No, and I just want to say, like, my mom is one of the, my parents are, like, senior citizens, but it's all about exposure, right? It's all about exposure. Like, my husband is a black man. I'm an Iranian-American Muslim, like all of you, and my husband is black, and when they met him, at first they were like, why do you date black people? You know what I mean? And now that we're, married and we gave him a grandkid, my mom went from being like, why black people to like Black Lives Matter. You know what I mean? And all of that is because of exposure. So they do need the single button cell phone version so they can get that exposure.
On the other hand, too, I think sometimes we do first of all, to everyone listening, especially my baby boomer friends, know that if you're listening, I'm not talking about you, because you're listening, as I've explained to you. Talking about the people you know, who you then immediately complain about. I get emails so often to the crooked email that goes like this: I'm a baby boomer. You need to stop insulting baby boomers. You have plenty of people out there who are baby boomers, who are out there marching and supporting and have been protesting since we were 25, since before you were born. And I'm sorry for all the other baby boomers who are terrible. But I also think sometimes we let Fox News viewers off the hook, because I always think about that part of 1984 where he describes what it's like to just accept propaganda, and it is a choice. It's easy, right? It's very easy just to decide to stop fighting it and just be like, yeah, just like sink into Fox News like a warm bath, right? Like it takes that's what they do, right? They give up on the idea of questioning it, and then all of a sudden, it's very comfortable.
It's a hit of CBD oil.
Yeah, hell yeah.